All right, now we back at it. We're gonna finish up the discussion on financial wealth, financial health, getting your credit right, getting your credit score up if it's down, and keeping your credit score up. That's what we're focusing on right now. Financial health, the proper way, so you can live that healthy lifestyle. Because that's the thing right now. If you don't have the means, you ain't gonna have the greens. And that cost you. Anything that's good for you is gonna cost you. So know how to manage your money. And if your money isn't right mentally, you're not gonna be
Peace.
right. What's going on with your brethren?
Yo, yo, what up, what up?
Oh man, just getting a little introduction.
Yes,
Look,
sir. So
going
we
on
back
right
at it
now.
again, man.
You
We
know,
back at it again.
back at it. Don't stop. Yes, sir. So yeah, I just gave it a breakdown. We're gonna touch back on the financial health.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? How to up your credit score. Uh,
Exactly.
we'll do the breakdown of, you know, why credit is important. Why having a good credit score will save you money in the long run. Stuff like that, because that's mainly the purpose of it.
Exactly.
The better your credit score, the better you'll have on loans, mortgage rates, and anything financially. Anything
Definitely.
financial that you're dealing with, the credit score is exactly what they're going to look at. Now, there's a difference between, personal credit and business credit. But right now, we want to focus on personal credit, because that's what everybody's usually focused on right now, because not everybody owns a business and not
Exactly.
everybody has a business. So personal credit is what we're focusing on. But there's a lot of different lines of credit, but, we just focus on personal credit, So that's that. And the main thing is, if your credit score is low, or if you have no credit, there's ways to improve that, and there's ways that you can actually improve your credit, at a fast rate, so you're able to have buying power, purchasing power, and
Yep.
get what you want without paying an arm and a leg, or without going broke or going into debt by trying to live a lifestyle that's just comfortable.
Yep.
Because everybody has to have a comfortable car. You want to have a comfortable place to live. You want to have nice clothes. You want to have, certain things to help you along your journey. So credit is what they look at to give you what you actually need. So you want to feed them anything right
Yeah.
now?
I mean, I was just waiting for you to go ahead. So yeah, exactly what my brother was just talking about. You know, when dealing with the your credit, you want to make sure that you you're you want to make sure that your debt is manageable. That's one of the things, and you don't want to have no debt, even the credit card companies, because so that's where we were talking about last time, where it's good debt, bad debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to
Um,
understand for the people that there's two type of debts, okay? Good debt and bad debt. So a lot of
yeah,
these people, they got to understand, having debt isn't a bad thing,
exactly. As
but
long as it's
it's
manageable. As long as it's
manageable.
manageable.
And the only thing a credit score is showing is how responsible you are with
Exactly.
your debt. That's the only thing it
Exactly.
is. Because focusing on payment history, focusing on paying back a loan in different situations like that, all it is showing how responsible you are with money. So if
Exactly.
I give you 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and you don't pay it back, and you don't pay me on time, that just shows me what kind of person you are when it
Exactly.
comes to finances. Not
Exactly.
saying not saying you're a bad person,
No,
not saying anything like that, but there's a track record for people when it comes to money.
because
And your credit
we've all
score is just the credit score is just
exactly.
your score, your test score when it comes to your finances, when it comes to money management?
When it comes to paying them back, because all the good well, what most credit cards want you to do, and what helps to raise your credit score, is when you have at least a 30% balance on the cards that you're using.
Yeah, so that's 30% card utilization.
Exactly.
Card utilization. And
Yeah.
when it's a card utilization, is the amount of money that is on the card. How much of that are you using?
Exactly.
Are you using 10%, 20%, or 100% of it?
And see, when they see you using 100%, then that means that you're not going to get the loans that you need to get a car, or you know what, you will get loans, but they will not be
they'll give it to you, trust me.
Exactly. Yeah, but like they'll give you like a car loan for a $4,000 car. You'll have to pay back like not like 8, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be like double the amount, or 75%.
Exactly.
So it'll be like $4,000. You'll have to pay back like 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? So it really is like that, but they will give you the loan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You get a loan, and some people, especially the people of color, sometimes you won't even get a loan.
Yes.
There's a lot of situations.
Well, like what we said in the previous video, hey man, the average income for a black couple, an African American couple in the United States is, don't quote me exactly on this, but the last thing that I saw was it was like $28,000 between 2 people. I mean, man, that's insane.
Yeah.
You like, most people can't even live off of that. You know what I mean? You know, even if you're living in your mama house, that might be hard to live off of. So when it comes to that, you got to realize that you do need some type of debt, but when your percentages are high on your credit cards and stuff like that, and you're at the max rate, I mean, I know it's difficult because everybody, you know, everybody's struggling. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to keep these things under wraps. But what you have to do is you have to learn how to budget. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to budget. You have to learn how to
live within your
means.
And that's between budgeting and living within your means. Like, those are the 2 key factors on staying on top of it and keeping your eyes on it and making sure you stay in a good space to where you're able to, you know, spend money how you want to and live a life where you're not stressing over money and you're getting depressed because you don't have it like that.
Exactly.
And the other bank has it like that. Doesn't really have it like that because they could be living off credit too, and it looks good, but when it comes down to the books, they don't own anything. They don't have any land. They all these, you know, designers, but they don't own anything. You know, so it's a slippery slope depending on the situation that you're in and depending who you're dealing with. You know, because some people, they might own a lot of land, a lot of homes, and you would never know. But the person that you see, flashy, has this, has that, is in debt. You
exactly.
know, check, breaking their pockets just to look like they have money. So the goal is always, I'm never going to stop saying this, is to be rich and not look rich.
I mean, look, you know, look at Mark Zuckerberg.
Every time.
Does he wear Louis Vuitton? Look at Bill Gates. Look, when Steve Jobs was alive, did he wear anything than that black turtleneck and them jeans?
Jeans.
Oh man,
black turtleneck. Mark Zuckerberg, he's doing $1 billion deals with flip flops on.
And dirty Air Force Ones.
You know, and we can
come on, man.
We can pull up the pictures. You know,
exactly.
And we're not saying there's anything wrong with liking nice things or enjoying quality of life, but you have to, like you said.
But at what expense?
Yeah, at what, you know, and
at what expense?
start seeing these loans, you know, you got loans 10 years, 20, 30 years down the line.
I mean, debt and loan. See, that's what happens when you're debt. So what we were just pretty much touching on was your debt to income ratio to an extent. When you're ending up with the high percentages on your credit cards, and you're not maintaining your credit card balances correctly. That's what they where one of the things that they take into account when they're calculating whether they're going to provide you a loan or not is your debt to ratio income, because they don't want to give you a loan to something that that you can't pay back. So they're going to look at how much you owe and how much you're bringing in, and then they'll say yes or no, or what type of loan they're going to provide you.
And your history goes along with it too, because
no doubt
there's a track record of every credit card that you have applied. You got hard inquiries and soft inquiries. And how many times do you go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and they're always trying to, if you get this credit card, you could take off 10%. If you sign up for a credit card, we'll take off 20%. If you sign up for this credit card, you'll get this for free, because they want you to sign up for it for the short money up front, so they can bang you in the head and overcharge you over the long run.
Exactly.
But that's another thing. I mean, some credit cards are good, some credit cards are great, and some credit cards are not even worth getting. So you try to find out exactly, you know, what works and what doesn't. And it's sometimes you got to have, you know, someone who understands finances and to help guide you through. But I mean, I've been through certain situations, and I've been able to pick my credit up, and I've been able to understand it better. And now when you look at credit as a whole, you understand how important it is to stay on top of it and make sure you're doing the right thing when it comes to your cards and what you're doing with that money, because that's just a track record. It's not you personally, it's how you deal with money. And if you're 30 years old and you don't have any credit, or you got a 500 credit score and you're just not worried about it, that's a problem, because it's going to fall back on you, and it's going to hurt you personally. It's going to hurt your relationships personally. That's the number one killer of marriages and relationships.
It's money. It's money.
Finances. Money. If you can't put something on, if you can't buy it right now and you can't put it on credit, what are you gonna do?
And that's the thing, man. And it's a slippery slope. And we've all been here. I mean, we've all been there. I've made my mistakes.
Y'all have.
Well, I don't know. You know, I guess it would be a mistake, you know, because opening up the credit card and getting the credit cards before I really was making money sufficiently in order to, like we said, live comfortably, making the income where you can make the payments on the stuff. You see what I'm saying? Making sure that you can save adequately before you start opening up credit cards. You know, I mean, that's the whole thing. And that, you know, just like it really affects your mental when you're in the bottom of that pit and you just continue to dig yourself a deeper hole. There's nothing worse than looking at your credit card that has $4,000 on it, and the only thing that you have left on it is $50.
And the APR is through the roof.
Oh, and that's another thing that I wanted to double back and touch on that you were speaking about, which with the credit cards. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm a financial genius, or that I don't think either one of us are trying to say that. No. This information that we are providing is from learning experiences that we went through, and we don't want somebody to go through the same thing that we went through. So we're trying to give you these gems before you get to the point that we experienced ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, when you're looking at a credit card, make sure that it's no interest for a little bit of time. See, when you get those credit cards and then you can just pay them off right away. You know what I'm saying? Or pay it down to that 30% balance and then keep it manageable there. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get something that has a high percentage rate, because then all they're going to do is when the 20% is on there, you're going to be paying the actual price for the item plus 25%.
Plus,
most of these cards, the lowest that they have is a 20% APR.
Yeah. So, you know, and once you do the numbers over a lifespan of your life, you could save hundreds of thousands of dollars by having a good credit score.
Yes.
Versus having a 500-600 point credit score or having no credit at all. You could save hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's something that we really need to focus on and understand how much money we could actually save by improving our credit and living within our means, so we could really have what we want, you know, later on.
Yes.
Having it now might not be important, but later on is what's really important. You know?
Which I know, no, and then that's the thing too. Like, I understand the whole mentality of living for right now, but if, like, you and I, we both have children, so we got to kind of live for them too. You see what I'm saying? We got to kind of set some things aside. So retirement savings is very important. Investing into different things is very important. You know, and then also you just want to have regular savings as well. I mean, you know, I'm definitely not an investment guru or anything like that, so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But
just understand this part about having money, that if you have $1 today, it's not going to be the same dollar that it's today. That's going to be next month, next year, or tomorrow. Okay, so just holding on to money in your savings does not make money.
Exactly.
It depreciates. It's like buying a new car off the lot. You're not going to get that same price for that car when you bring it back. So
I mean, what do they give you off of a savings account anyway? It's like 0.5 or something like that monthly. What's that?
Yeah, what is that really when it comes to, and you start focusing on, you know, a Roth IRA account or different savings accounts that help you with your money, instead of you having your money in a place that's just holding on to it. And when you really want your money, you have to jump through hoops to even pull out more than $500.
Exactly.
So what is the point of them even holding on to your money if you can't even have access to it when you want it?
And see, look, the banks, you know, we about to go somewhere with this, but look, the banks, they make money off your money. That's why they have those savings account where you have to have a minimum of $300 in the account at all times.
It's like me
why do you think that they do that?
Yeah,
if they have 10 people that has $300 in there, you see what I'm saying?
I'm not going to talk to you unless you got $10,000 in your pocket. You know, I'm not going to, you know, but it's how they make their money, and it's a part of the, you know, financial life, and we got to deal with it.
And what we're really trying to push for people who are paying attention, or for people who will watch this video later, what we're really trying to push is, you have to make sure that you're conquering that debt. You got to make sure that you're managing that debt. You got to make sure that you're staying on a budget. You got to make sure that you are investing in your future.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you're doing these things in order to be successful with your credit, and just staying credit healthy, staying financially healthy, staying mentally healthy, and staying physically healthy, because everything, spiritually as well, because everything is linked together. It's a big diagram. They all touch with each other.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other. If you do not have financial health, it's going to be a hard road for you to stay intact with everything else, and keeping your mind focused on staying healthy mentally.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're not sound mentally, then everything else will fall off. So it's just a domino effect. And like you said, with marriages and relationships, I mean, the biggest killer is finances. The biggest killer is finances. I mean, sex is one of them too, but the biggest thing is finances. I know that's why my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is the arguments in the main back and forth between couples. If you can't afford it or you don't have it, or especially us being men, no, we gotta have it.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just mandatory for a man to have money.
Yeah.
Or just.
I mean, look, no matter how you slice it, right? And you can, people can take this for what it is, right? When you are with your significant other, you know, and you are the man of the situation, you want to make sure that everything is straight. Regardless of what your significant other is bringing to the table, you want to do more than what they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
We're supposed to, but there's a lot of men out here that throw salt in the game, you know, they leaning on their baby mamas, they driving their cars around, you know, because in the past 50 years, women have took it to the top.
No doubt.
Companies,
no doubt.
Now they're making the finances. It's no longer stay at home, cook, clean, none of that stuff. It's a different level of a woman that we're dealing with now.
Exactly.
Because they're educated. They're on top of their game too. So you have to be able to match that.
Yes.
That's something that some men don't get yet.
Nope.
And if a woman is taking care of you, one day she's gonna look down on you, and it's not gonna be the way it was. Because if she's bringing in the money and she's taking care of you, and she sees that you're not putting forth the effort or whatever the situation is, and you're not matching her, or you're not, you know, taking care of her the right way, she gonna see you in a whole different light.
Yes.
That doesn't work for everybody, and that's not gonna happen to everybody.
Well, it's gonna get old. It'll get old to her after a while. You know what I'm saying?
You got
because it would get old to anybody that, unless you're making, you know, $250,000 and you can just, you know, spend, and it doesn't matter about what they're doing.
That's like, no matter what you have around, you keep taking care of someone, it's gonna get old. Like, that's just facts. Like, one day you're just gonna wake up and say, you know what, I ain't no ATM. You know, I done this, I done that, and you just get tired of it. So it's having a balance of, you know, helping each other out, and you taking off the load sometimes, and both couples, whoever they are, you know, working together to try to get things better financially.
And you see, I mean, you see people like Shaq, and you see people like Floyd Mayweather that you know, regardless of what your opinions are of Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, I don't want to sidebar, but you see that fight?
Hey, that's a whole nother conversation.
All right, so look, so when you seeing people like Floyd Mayweather, and you're seeing people like Shaquille O'Neal telling the public that they don't just give their kids money. You see what I'm saying? They make sure that their kids, if they want money, then they're gonna start a business.
They gotta work for it. They gotta do something. A reward for it. I mean, you could be going to school. You could get good grades. You could be training. You could, you know, be educated. You could work hard. Whatever the situation may be, but just handing out $100 bills to people day in and day out.
I don't care how rich you are. That's gonna get annoying.
I mean, you see what happened with Master P and his son.
Look at what happened with Master P and Romeo.
I mean, it's just
finances.
He got fed up. Like, you know what? Whatever the situation they had between them, it was some type of, I'm not an ATM.
Exactly.
You got to get your own.
Yep.
And you know, it's just one of those things where the same routine is old sometimes, and if you don't, taking it from someone else is not the way to get it.
Exactly.
You know, and people get tired of it, and people see things for what it is. So
Yep.
focus on credit, understanding how to check your credit out with, you know, myfico.com. There's other different, you know, companies where you can stay on top of your credit,
Yes.
understand your finances. That's just something that we're always going to bring to the table, because all we're all about is cleaning up our lifestyles.
All right, man. We down to the end, bro.
Down to the end.
Yeah. So I want to close out like I close out the last two.
Oh, good.
You know, if we said anything in error or anything that offended anybody, we apologize for that. If we said anything that resonated with anyone, that's who we do it for. Thank you for watching the video. That's all I got to say. Peace.
Yep. And we're just here to try to educate and try to clean up all our ways, and that's, you know, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially.
True indeed.
That's what we're here to do. We're trying to get better and do better each and every day.
True indeed.
So keep tapping in, keep locking in, send us DMs. We have information for how to boost your credit score and how to keep your finances together. So tap in with us, and then appreciate the watch and keep staying on us. We're going to stay with you.
No doubt.
Time to elevate.
All right, my brother.
All right. I'm going to go check my credit score right now.
Hey, yeah, I'm checking my credit, then I got to get ready for work. You know what I mean?
Get it right.
I'm going to get at you, bro. I'm going to holler at you.
All right, my brother. We'll talk.
All right, peace.
All right. So, yeah, so that's what it is. We're just going to take some time out the day and focus on yourself. Focus on ways just to elevate. That's it. That's the only thing we're here to do. We're going to do it together. All right? Tap back in.